This property in Grosse Pointe, Michigan beats Beverly Hills, beats, I don't care where you at. This is what you want in life, right? This is beautiful, people. I drove through here and forgotten how ridiculously beautiful it is in this area with the mansions, the landscape, the golf courses. I mean, this community has everything, and it's not that far from downtown Detroit. And it's, you don't see this from the main vein, the main hub street that is mainly traveled. This is behind something, behind something. You got to be living over here to even know this is back here type of vibe. But look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Every American deserves that. Every American deserves that. Right? And this class war determines who can have it and who can't. Which is really unfortunate. But look at these beautiful homes. And look what they get to look out every morning. Yeah. Yep. So I just wanted to capture this because the sun was hitting the water just right. I was taking a stroll through downtown, and I just kind of wanted to show the folks, the vast differences depending on where you live in Detroit. Now, we all know a lot of money has been galvanized towards downtown Detroit, which, in my belief, in my opinion, downtown Detroit is like a storefront that gets a lot of money coming in, but they cooking the books. They'll tell you they pushing the money over here, but the money is really going somewhere else, because downtown Detroit should not be the only area, which is like, what, a 5-block radius, should be getting all this monetary attention, when you have Detroiters who've been living here all their life would never know what this feels like in Grosse Pointe, right? Because of the corruption and, the class wars, and how, if you, depending on what community you in, depends on how your taxes are being used. And we all know that they take taxes from the city of Detroit and use them elsewhere. We all know that. Us Detroiters understand that. But the vast differences of how gentrifiers live compared to folks who've been here all their life, compared to Detroiters who lived here generations. It's a vast difference. So here is the immigrant part of Detroit, which is mainly Mexicans. And as you can see, they have the big, beautiful brick homes. And when I drove through here that morning, you couldn't hear a mouse. I've come through this area because my daughter used to get her hair done in this area, and by the Cubans, and this area is always hustling and bustling. I don't care how early it was, because I would always try to get the earliest appointment for her. So it was always somebody outside hustling and bustling. I drove through here and you couldn't hear a mouse. Nobody outside, and that was weird. It was giving Twilight Zone episode. It was giving Black Mirror episode. Okay. But yeah, these homes over here are still in great shape. You know what I'm saying? The upkeep hasn't really been maintained, but someone coming in and getting the home and basically remodeling it wouldn't cost a whole bunch of money, because the structures are still intact. The structures are still intact. And you can see this is a neighborhood that has businesses and everything. Now, what you're looking at now is the gentrification of downtown Detroit, where they have modified the streets. They've implemented mama papa bars. There's all kind of little bars over here. Bars and little lounges, and everything's gated off and one way this way. And I want to point this out. You see how these cars are parked and posted up? This was early in the morning. That means people are living. They're living over there. People are living over here. This is a sector where that you can just walk out of your apartment and go across the street and get you an egg sandwich or a beer, depending on the time of day. Okay? kind of like a 15-minute city, you know. But most of these are like loft buildings that from the outside look like nobody's using them. But there's people living up in there. There's people all up in there. The gentrifiers are all up in there. See, they got the AI police coverage, to make sure, make people feel safe. But I was driving through here like, yeah, y'all been busy. Y'all been real busy. Black folks been in Detroit. I've been all my life and never seen this kind of money come downtown until the gentrification came. Okay? Until the gentrification came. So, yeah, all this, these folks are squozed up in there. They living all up in them buildings. All up in there. This is Jefferson. That's the main hub. And I'm pretty much going to take this down, and y'all can see how we go from downtown Detroit to an area that's mainly black occupied. And I'm sure gentrification is on its way, because those are the beginning stages of gentrification. There's nothing there. It's nothing but blight. Boarded up buildings. This is what black folks got to look at. This is what we got to look at. You know what I'm saying? But, downtown Detroit is getting all the attention right now. But this is soon about to get gentrified, because this is how they do. It's been like this for years, since I came back to Michigan. It's been like this. You know what I'm saying? And the couple of businesses that were trying to stand up and be down there on Jefferson Avenue have been bullied away. They have been bullied away. They have moved black people out the way so they can gentrify this area just like they did downtown Detroit. Yeah, so you see the stark differences of how Detroit corrupt. And see, this is one of the tactics right here. You got a business, they're going to sit there and act like they're doing construction. It's going to take all year to do it, though. That's reducing the foot traffic of your customers and making the storefront look crazy. That's a bullying tactic of Detroit. Yup, seen it with my own eyes. So, yup, this is the part that basically black folks live in. Roads are messed up. Blight is everywhere in every direction. We don't have the open boutiques. We don't have that here. You see what I'm saying? In this particular area. So it's shameful. It's shameful, and they got the audacity to sit there and talk about they gonna have Duggan become governor. You mean to say, oh my God, he gonna be just like that other governor that messed up Flint? What do you mean? They have corporate interests. They do not have the backs of the people of the city. Okay? They are trying to take over Detroit. They're going to take it over. Detroit going to be in 10 years from now. And I understand the younger generations like, well, we got to embrace the change. But